Hi, I'm Nick Walters from BKM Customs and Recoilless Engineering. We just completed a pad swap on this Browning shotgun. Got rid of this factory damn near plastic pad for a nice KICK-EEZ trap pad. Hopefully the pad's not indexed, otherwise we'll be shattering it. This is a medium trap pad. This is a -10 pad, so it's an 1 1/8. Gives a nice curve to fit your shoulder. Flat spots top and bottom make it easy to swing and shoulder, and enough thickness to where recoil forces are mitigated and nice soft. At the end of the day, you're still able to use your arm. So I think this one will work just perfect for us. We can follow that line on the bottom of the stock when we grind it to give a little bit of wiggle room. We always drill the holes out just a little bit because sometimes they're not perfectly centered. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount the pad onto the gun, and then we're going to scribe around the stock so we know how much material to remove. To help us with that, take a silver Sharpie, gives us a little bit of contrast. This one's working awesome. This just protects our finish when we go to scribe around it. Add a little bit of Vaseline in the holes so we don't tear it up with the screws. Makes the screws go in a lot easier. Scribe, and we're going to follow the profile of the stock, and it'll make a witness mark in the silver that we put on the pad earlier. So this is our scribe line of the stock. So when we mount it up to the grinding fixture, that's going to be where we're going to sand to. We're not going to want to take the entire line. We're going to want to come to this outside edge right here where it's rolled, and that's going to be the perfect transition from the stock to the pad. So we're going to mount it up in our grinding fixture. We're going to use the same screws that we use to mount the pad to the stock. That way everything stays exactly the same. With this grinding setup, what it allows you to do is adjust for the profile of the stock. So you take your recoil pad and you hold it where it's going to be, and then you get this bottom bar to match this profile of the stock. And we do that just by eyeball, which right there looks pretty good. So we'll grind from basically the 3 o'clock to the 9 o'clock with this adjustment, and then once we get that good, then we'll come back and we'll adjust this top bar to follow this, and then we'll do the 3 to 9 on the top section, and that'll give us a perfect match to this stock. It's one of the easier grinding fixtures on the market. And once we get that set, we lock it down. Now we're ready to start grinding. A tip when you're doing the bottom edge, since there's a lot less material, it's going to grind a lot faster than when you're doing the sides. And since this is plastic and silverthane, it will gum up the belt if you stay in one spot, and this will heat up and melt. So you want to keep moving it as you're going, because if you stay in one spot, it's gonna heat up, and then this will start to melt and ruin it. So I left that outer edge of our scribe line, which you can hear my nail catching it, which when we go to do the finish sanding on this, that'll give us enough material to remove and get the better than factory finish that we're looking for. Right, so now we'll loosen our set screw, and we'll set our top profile. Which that looks pretty good right there. Lock it down, and now we'll do our top edge of it. So we have a little bit of a ledge, which is what we want, because now we're going to go back and hand sand this to get all the edges smooth and the belt striations out. And then we'll finish up with rounding over this harsh edge with the blending wheel on the buffer. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to go to a finer grit to remove the sanding block scratches on the plastic. And then we'll hit the edge with the buffer. Alright, so now we're going to go to the blending wheel and we're going to roll over this edge right here. This wheel will want to grab it, so we got to be mindful of that. Go slow. This will be ready to go back on.